The Jackal is an opportunistic creature, a curious canine willing to take what is available, but it has a most peculiar stripe from its neck to its tail. Why so? Well, let me tell you a tale of how the Jackal got its stripe. The son never had any parents, no papa nor mama, no origin, no knowledge of where he came from, only that he was found by the roadside. It was far, far long ago, when some men were trekking, looking for animals to hunt, when they heard the son calling out in its tiny voice. And when they turned, they saw not a tarantula nor an ostrich. They didn't know what it was. What they saw looked at first like a child of man. However, unlike any child they had seen, its eyes burnt bright, and sparks like those of flame flew out of its eyes. Upon seeing them, the son called out to the man, "Carry me, pick me up and carry me." The men were surprised at a child speaking. "What a fine little child! Where have your people gone, and why did they leave you here?" But the son wouldn't answer. He simply asked them to carry it, for it was tired and couldn't walk. The first man went up to the child, but as soon as he got close, the air around him burned, and he backed away, scared of the flames. The men around him jeered. How could he be so silly? It was just a child. And so the second man, claiming he would carry him, came forward. But as he got near, he saw the eyes in greater detail, and was caught by one of the sparks from the eyes, burning him. "Ah! The eyes! Fire comes out!" And he too turned away from the burning child. And then a third man came up. "Ah, he is just a tiny baby. I can put him in our skin," and scooped him up and put the little son under his arms. But as soon as he did, his skin burned under the heat of the sun, and he dropped the baby onto the sand. Wondering what to do with this strange child, the hunters gathered around. But then, all of a sudden, the sun raised his little arms up, and bright sparks flew further from his eyes, and great light streamed from him. And seeing this display of fire and heat, the men fell over each other and ran through the bushes back to the road. But the son was not left alone. A jackal, with his bright eyes and sharp nose, crept up, seeing that men had fled, and so he crept up slowly and softly to where the little son lay. The son, seeing the jackal, asked him as well to carry him. The jackal, of course, has no arms to pick him up, no skin to carry him in. However, he said, "If you can hold on, I'll carry you on my back." And so the jackal lay flat on his stomach, and the little son caught hold of him and rolled up to his back. "Where do you want to go?" There, it is far." the baby said, and the jackal trotted off with a sly look in his eye, for he didn't care where the baby wanted to go. He was going to carry him off to where his children lived, and he planned on having this fat little baby for he and his family's meal. But as he was thinking so, his neck began to burn, as the baby had his arms around him, and the heat growing more and more hotter and hotter. Eventually the jackal could not take it any longer, and he implored the sun, "Sail down a little further so that my neck can get cooler." And so, the little sun slipped further down and held fast, and the jackal continued on his way. But once again, he felt the heat on his back grow unbearable. It hurts. Sail down a little further. And so, the little sun went further down and further down until a streak had been burnt into Jackal's fur. Till the very end, the sun was holding the jackal by the tail and was refusing to let go. And the tail burnt and burnt and was burnt very black. The jackal, now fearing the fire, screamed, "Hump, hump! Devil's child, let go, or I'll bite you, I'll gobble you up! Help, my tail is burning!" And the jackal jumped and bucked and rushed around the ground till at last the sun had let go. And the jackal had planned on biting and eating the sun. However, as he was about to, he stopped, cowed, as he saw the baby, light streaming from its arms, flame streaming from its eyes, and the jackal was cowed, unable to look at the baby directly. "Come and punish me," the baby said. But the jackal retreated. No, why would I punish you?" "Come and bite me." "No, I would never think of that," the jackal said as he put him smaller in the sand. "Who would ever think of punishing such a fine little child?" "You would. When you carried me to safety, you would have gobbled me up. You're so clever, Jackal, but you'll meet your match." Being thoroughly beaten, the jackal retreated, and the baby said, "You'll know when you see me again, but you'll never again be able to look me in the face. And that is why the jackal has a burnt stripe from his head to the tail, and why he is also scared of the sun." The end.